podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.
No matter what nobody say, man, spirit, can't nobody fuck with me, man. You know, I can't be fucked with, you know.
Dollar D Beyonce Productions.
Whether you pay to see me win, or you pay to see me lose, you're gonna pay. Fuck it, the kids still gotta eat. I don't have to watch, you know, any footage of a fighter. I mean, because I'm Floyd Mayweather, everybody gotta watch me. I knew eventually I was gonna have to fight Oscar. I feel like he was straight up and down, no special effects.
BoxingVoice.com.
How can Canelo have the biggest deal? Your deal is for $300 million, and I made $350 million just in one fight. And you're fighting on an app.
BoxingVoice.com.
I'm a king, okay? I eat a feast. Every time I eat a feast. And when I get up from the table, I don't give a fuck who get the leftovers. At the end of the day, follow my green print.
Dollar D Beyonce Productions.
BoxingVoice.com.
What up, what up, what up? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio, 2 times on a Wednesday night, and we are here to discuss Michael Coppinger's breaking news. Sources tell Michael Coppinger, Jaron Boots Ennis, and Custio Clayton have reached a deal for an IBF welterweight title eliminator that will take place in spring in the U.S. The deal for the PBC on Showtime fight avoids a March 1st purse bid. Winner will be the number 1 contender to Spence-Ugas Victor. Now, this is something that our community has been talking about for some time. We've seen the smoke and knew that there was fire. Sure enough, it is starting to burn. Ennis will get his opportunity and can become an upset in the undisputed fight happening. Obviously, if he becomes mandatory to Earl Spence Jr. and he is victorious versus Ugas, he might have to see Ennis before going towards the Crawford route. Possibly, word on the boxing street is that unifications and undisputed trump mandatories, but we've seen it all too many times where the rules don't apply to everyone. So Ennis and Custio will have their welterweight fight. They have a common opponent in Sergey Lipinets, former world champion at 140. Also lost to Mikey Garcia. Custio should have gotten the win on his record. Instead, he got a draw, I believe. He deserved the win, no doubt. Ennis did get the win, didn't leave it in the hands of the judges. And that's about as good as it gets. Not much more we can say. Custio on the later back half of his career, but possibly still a very fresh fighter because he hasn't had that many fights or any wars to speak of. So he can be a fresh, I believe he's like 34 years old at the moment right now. Yeah, he's 34, born in October 5th. So, he could be still fresh, but definitely the back half of his career. Ennis will be 10 years younger than the Canadian Orthodox fighter. Shout out to Ennis that gets himself a PBC fight when Keith Idec came on this show and said that, he wouldn't get any opportunities unless he got with the PBC. This is another opportunity, and last I know, Custio was definitely with Al and the PBC in some sort of capacity. So very interesting to see that Ennis and Custio will be in the U.S. and it will be a PBC on Showtime card. So maybe that business that needed to get done between Ennis and Al is done, further having me double down on my theory that if Ennis is successful, that mandatory could come sooner rather than later. If you're Heyman, right, you want to see how Earl looks in this fight. If he's not successful, obviously Ugas doesn't have the upside of an Ennis. You put Ennis in there with Ugas, send the younger man off to fight Crawford. Very easy. If Spence wins but doesn't look good, send the young man in there with Spence so that you have a fresher version of him to defend those belts versus the 34-year-old Crawford. We have James Benavidez that says, who the fuck is Clayton? Potential shit fight. Clayton is a undefeated welterweight Canadian. 19 fights, 12 KOs. We've been talking about Clayton for about a good 3 years, I want to say. At least 2.5. He really hasn't gotten the big shot that he deserved. But he's been there on the cusp, waiting for an opportunity. I think when we started talking about him was when Terrence Crawford was seeking opponents, and we were trying to find respectable names for him to fight. I think around the time Cav Velasquez got the shot, maybe. Look, he's an undefeated fighter. It's a perfect name for Ennis to develop, continue to show us that he's the next guy. Get a couple of undefeateds on your resume. Right now, the bigger names are busy, and he needs to make a name for himself in order to get those bigger names in the ring. So I think that this is a decent fight. I don't dislike this one. I like this one. Clayton, again, he deserved the win versus Sergey Lipinets. So at least, he's getting now an opportunity versus a darling contender in boxing. If he can upset Ennis, then he turns around and gets all the love that Ennis is receiving out here in these boxing streets. So this was just a quick report. Obviously, this news is about, 24 hours old. It happened yesterday with me traveling from the West Coast. It was difficult to do it. I had a red-eye flight on Monday, which really meant I was landing Tuesday morning. We couldn't get it done yesterday. This did break yesterday. I think it's great news. It sounds like Santa Maria, who was it? Stenonius may get a shot at Paul Crow. If Crow can, win in this next Showbox fight here in about 2 days. If he does do that, he gets into that big name fight with Stenonius to be on the undercard of Earl Ugas. So that's an opportunity for him. Quick turnaround for him as well. Shout out to Marshall Kaufman, who's now promoting Paul Crow and moving him. But yeah, man, that's basically the news. Nothing more to report other than Ennis and Clayton is now for the IBF Eliminator for the number 1 position, which can cause Ennis to slide into that spot before a Terrence Bud Crawford and get the winner of Ugas versus Spence. We got James Benitez with another one saying, so you telling me he couldn't stop Lipinets and I'm supposed to believe he gets by Boots? Best accomplishments is a draw. It's a one-sided fight. But wait a minute, you're the same guy that said Boots ain't fought nobody. So now you're saying that Boots is gonna wipe gonna wipe out Clayton? I'm not understanding. Either you don't believe he's good or you do believe he's good and you were secretly, keeping it to yourself. all this time so you can look like a hater, but you're really a Boots fan. Which one is it, my friend? Which one is it? But if you want to call in, you want to voice your opinion on this new fight, Jaron Boots Ennis, the welterweight's darling versus Custio Clayton, undefeated fighter out of Canada for an IBF title eliminator. The winner gets the winner of Spence versus Ugas in April. The number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Don't forget, we're going to be having a Border Wars show tonight at 7 p.m. to talk all about Border Wars. Ringing the alarm for James Benitez, who's back with another one. And he says, did I ever say Clayton was someone? I don't know that you've ever said Clayton was someone, but we believe he's someone. He's put on those gloves. He's got in that ring. He deserves respect, and he definitely deserved the win over Lipinets. Did Boots do better? Yes. But that doesn't mean because fighter A beats fighter B that automatically they both can beat C or one can beat C. You know, styles make fights. They really do. They really do. So it's up to the, you know, the night in question and the two fighters that day, how they perform is really all we can go off, man. But again, quick little reporting here. So what I want to do is go ahead and open up the phone lines, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time to voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. We're talking Jaron Boots Ennis and Custio Clayton getting the big fight. Obviously, the winner of this fight moves on to bigger and better things. Title eliminator for the, two belts that will come out of the unification fight between Ugas and Spence. So it gets no bigger than this. You know, a lot riding on this fight, a lot on the line for both men. So Luis Reyes asks when I'm back in Vegas. I'm thinking the 23rd or the 24th. So that's either Wednesday or Thursday of next week. You know, got to handle some shit before we make the big move, you know. Found a temporary location, though. I get that March 1st, so still no immediate rush, but 2 weeks away, damn near. 2 weeks away. You know, got me a little pool, so we're going to be doing barbecues, you know what I mean? Listen, let me go out to these phone lines and tell the truth. Make sure you do that when you call in. You know, you tell the truth, man. What do you think about this matchup? What do you think about this fight? Do you like it? Do you hate it?
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Who wins?
Subscribe to youtube.com/theboxingvoice for the latest and greatest interviews with your favorite fighters.
Who wins and how? Who wins and how? Actually, before I go to the phone lines, let me go ahead and make this poll. Who wins and how? And let's say Ennis KO or Ennis UD or Clayton KO? Doubt it. Or Clayton UD. Ask the community. That's our poll. Let me know. Go ahead and vote. I'm going to open up these phone lines. Big Fish, Davidian, Buffalo Falls. What's going on?
You are now tuned in to the top boxing podcast in all of sports media, The Boxing Voice. Smash the like button.
I'm healthy, strong, and about to knock Earl Spence out in Jesus' name. I'm bringing the whole church.
SDS Promotion.
You win some, you lose some. But you live and fight another day.
I got the whole Christian congregation behind me.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
In Jesus' name.
And we all know God only made one thing perfect, and that's my boxing ring.
Big Fish, Davidian.
Yo, what's good, Ness?
What up?
How you doing?
Straight.
Not much. I'm excited for this. I would say, wouldn't this be like his biggest test yet?
It sure
Like
would.
Pirates Boot.
Both
Yeah, I'm
men. Both
excited.
men. This is the biggest
When
fight
is
for
when,
both men.
when is this going to take place?
Well, sources are saying this is going to happen in the spring in the U.S., but no date, no venue as of yet.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I can't wait to see it. I mean, just to see. Boots, he's an exciting young fighter. And Clayton, last time I seen him was against Lipinets, but I thought Clayton won that fight against Lipinets, but so I thought he edged it out. Other than that, I mean, yeah, we just gotta wait and see. I mean, I don't mind it. I don't have no issue with it. Just to see Ennis an Eliminator too, so that's cool. Yeah, that's my call. Great show as always. And God bless y'all.
All right. Let me get out to Stone Bone Boxing, Colorado.
What up?
What up?
Yeah, like like Deacon Davidian, Reverend Davidian said, it is a step up, right? You remember, Ness, you broke the news here about his one opponent getting off house arrest for that fight, remember?
Yeah.
So, if we can't, man, listen, we got to let Baby Jesus fight somebody. We can't just, when he step up, just throw him out the window. I mean, that's for line 6, that's Baby Jesus for line 6. And so out to Ricky Rick. But, yeah, man, this is a step up. I think Clayton presents more challenges than Olympian. Yes, I think he's a more sturdier fighter. I think he got more in the tank. He's an undefeated fighter, so he don't know how to lose yet. He got a chip on his shoulder. He feel like he was robbed against Lippin yet. And his number one fan, Jeff, has told us that this dude is the truth. So he got Jeff to hold down, and he got Nova Scotia and Canada to hold down. So I think it's going to be a decent fight, man. I'm going to let's see what happens. And the walls is closing in on Earl, man. They've been trying to throw boots at Bud, but he's right there at Earl doorstep. So you either going to fight Baby Bud or Big Bud. You want to fight a young guy, a lion like Boots, or you want to fight the older veteran, Bud. So it's getting tight, Earl. It's getting tight. Let's make it happen.
Do you think Boots gets the shot at Earl before Ugas winner before Crawford?
Only it would determine how much power Bomac and Bud is willing to give up, or how much power Cameron Duncan is willing to give up. Both of them gonna have to give up power to Al Heyman to get that fight done. So Bud's gonna have to sign this multi-fight deal to get that fight done. He ain't gonna be able to just fight Earl. And the same with Boots. Cameron gonna have to take a bigger step back. And maybe he can take a step forward, and Al can use his promotional company as like he used to do with Lou or some of them guys, and maybe he can do that with Boots. Maybe that might be the plan, but I don't know if Cameron is mobile enough and active enough to take that kind of place. So I think Cameron gonna have to take money and step back, or either Bud gonna have to sign. I don't know, whichever one happened first. Either Cameron step back or Bomac relinquish mentorship duties to Al for Bud. So I don't know which one gonna happen first. I don't know, but he should take Bud. That's the undisputed bout. That he'll make 10 to 15 million up front fighting Bud. He won't make that fighting Boots.
Dan, you think Earl got a $10 to $15 million check coming?
Absolutely. Bob Arum said he think it'll take $25 million to get that fight done. And he's saying with the bigger split going to Earl. He said the bigger split will go to Earl. It'll be about, I would think, that's what Bob Arum said. He thinks $25 million could get that fight done. And Bomac said he thinks 20 to 25 to get it done too. But it'll take 10 to get in there and put hands on Earl. Even Bernie said that on your show. He said $10 million is a lot of money. It's hard. Like, remember Kenny Porter said it's one thing to say in public you won't take a $2 million offer. It's different to turn down a $2 million offer. That's two different things. If a $10 million offer is made for Bud to fight Earl, that fight will happen.
Well, damn. I don't know, 20 mil. Damn, that's a lot of pay-per-views they got to sell just to make that back.
He got 6+ up front for Khan and Sean Porter. To think you would get $3 to $4 million more to fight undisputed Earl Spence is not far-fetched. And if Bob Arum was willing to pay, if Bob Arum thought 25 could get it done, I don't know what the PBC people think. You know, I don't know what their numbers say, but he said he felt comfortable with $25 million getting it done, and the network's making money. That's his opinion. I don't know how true that is.
When was that, though? Was that after he had no more fucking Crawford with him?
No, that was on. He did that. That was that was one of the 32 interviews he did with Barbershop. This was after he talked about losing money, but he said, I'm losing money because he can't get the fight he wants. But then he said, though, you don't think that you could secure that? He said, I think 20-25 million could get that fight done. That's what he said. And then he said, well, Terrence Crawford ain't really selling and da-da-da-da. And then he said, well, we'll just have to see when we get there. Like, and that's the same thing. Triple G was doing 100,000 by himself. He got with Canelo, you did $1 million. 25, what? You do the math, 25 million. That's what, 8, 16, 24. That's 300,000. That's the floor. That'll be, you know what I mean? Like, that's the floor just to get their purses. So they would need to do about 500,000. And I feel comfortable with Bud doing 16, 17,000 in New York, Earl doing 50, 30, 20 in Dallas. I feel comfortable with the 25,000, 30,000 venue, people going in there, and I feel comfortable with 400,000 to 500,000. I don't care how much money the promoters make off it. If the fight can be made, it's possible it can get done for 20, 25 million. I haven't seen nobody that showed me different from that.
All right. Well, thank you for calling in as always. Appreciate you being part of the show. Terrence Bud Crawford hasn't fought since November 20th. That'll make him 3 months out of the ring now. Here on in about 2 days, he'll have 3 months out the ring. I guess 6 is normal for elite level fighters, you know, twice a year, things like that. But he's definitely got to start figuring out plan B just in case, you know, nothing shakes. I mean, obviously Stone Bone saying that he's going to have to give up, you know, he being Bomac would have to give up some managerial rights to Al. But, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, man. Al's done no one wrong. He's only gotten them in better positions. And obviously that's what he would be doing for Crawford. If Crawford were to sign with Al, he would be in a better position because he would be in a position to get undisputed. So, you know, Al would be living up to his name and to his duties as normal. But looks like we got a super chat from Brandon Lenz in Houston. It says, PBC is claiming $25 million is too much for Crawford Spence, but at the same time offering way more than $45 million in a single offer to Canelo. Yeah, because Canelo does double. I mean, he does 8 times Crawford numbers, and he does freaking, you know, he just did more than double Earl numbers. So, you know, it's a different animal, you know what I mean? Different animal. And we're talking pay-per-view back-end money. Like, if once you start doing a certain amount and you got the networks and you paid everybody, everything else is just fucking profit, bro. And, you know, the more you sell, the better. So, you know, I think it's just that Canelo brings in more money. He brings in more eyeballs, and that's why you can play with the budget a little more when it comes to Canelo. Nothing personal. I got Jaron Boots Ennis versus Custio Clayton. Who wins and how? Ennis is in the lead with 70% of the voting public believe he will win by KO right here on youtube.com/The Boxing Voice. Another 20% believe he'll go the distance and win unanimously. And then we got 4% believe Custio Clayton gets the knockout upset, and 6% believe he gets the upset unanimous decision. We're going out to Big Fish Vega. What's up?
Let the little fish go so that we can catch the big fish later.
I'm the big dog at the welterweight division.
WBC and IBF welterweight champion of the world.
At the end of the day, I'm a way better fighter than Terrence Crawford.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
Me and Terrence Crawford on this side of the street.
We cleaning our side of the street, then we coming after Crawford.
60-40 or 70-30, whatever we give them.
Say something else. Say something else.
Big Fish Vega.
Big Fish Mafia. It ain't a movement, it's a lifestyle.
SDS Promotions.
Big Fish Vega. 2 times left me flat. 2 times. Oh, all right. Oh, all right.
Because you know, there ain't no show without Info Joe.
Are you ready for our next bout? Let me hear you.
Shout out to the boxing gods.
It's showtime.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
The fight starts now. Give the fans a show and let your hands go.
SDS Promotions.
Puff Puff Pastries on IG. Satisfy that cannabis-infused sweet tooth.
Yo, what up, Ness?
What up?
Am I clear?
You are.
We in here. Yo, I like the fight, man. I think that's going to be his best opponent thus far. Clayton, ain't no joke. I did think he got robbed in the lip in this fight, but I am picking Boots to win. Only thing I'm disappointed about is I think I called in about last month, and I said when they moved Boots up in the rankings, the IBF normally enforces the mandatory, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's where I'm disappointed. If the man get his shot, I mean, that's cool. But at the same time, man, we've been clamoring for this Crawford Spence, man. That's another year that we probably not going to get this fight, man. So I hope they come with a big enough bag so we can. Even though I wouldn't mind the Boots and Spence fight, man. But, you know, we've been talking about this shit for the last 3 or 4 years now, man. And they're getting older. And somebody going to end up taking the L sooner than later, man. They keep on going without facing each other. And we're going to miss out on another big pay-per-view. I say it's a pay-per-view fight, Crawford and Spence, that I'm willing to pay. And I'm sure plenty of the hardcore fans is too, man. But, yeah, that's the only thing I'm mad about, man. We might not get this fight, Ness. God damn, man. Boots might just, shit. You never know, man. He get past Clayton. What if he clips Spence? Shit, then the shit is gone, man. I'm just, but it is what it is. That's all I got, champs. Hit them thumbs up, subscribe. #1 pound for pound boxing podcast. TBV. I'm out. Peace.
Info Joe. Shout out to you, my friend. We're going out to Alabama's own
SDS Promotions.
Real hate, man, that's like an art form, man. It's like you like a born hater, like myself.
Man, I really don't care about this Boots shit, man.
I'm here to tell you right now.
Boots needs to just hurry up and just fight somebody that we actually give a damn about.
We don't care. We don't care.
Charlo with the little Instagram post or whatever with the signed signature. Man, there's no way in hell he signed up to fight no Canelo, man. 2 other knockdowns that Wilder been knocked down and the footage been scrubbed off the internet, man. We all know that too.
Winner of the 9th annual Player Hater of the Year award is
James Benitez. I know what's coming this time.
I think I deserve that award too, man. Yo, Ness, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yo, man. Hey, I appreciate the show, man. I appreciate the content you give, man. But let's go ahead and get to it. Man, why I'm so hard on Clayton, man, is because not only did he just gas out in like the 7th round, the Lipness fight or whatever, the fight that he should have won, but shit, he let a Cameron Creel live all them damn 10 rounds, man. A lot of these people that's even on the chat or whatever, they don't even know who the hell Cameron Creel is. He's a 20-loss fighter that Bud, Earl, and probably all the other elite welterweights will probably damn destroy or probably kill him in like round 1 or 2. So come on now. You really think that he's going to be able to compete with a rising prospect like Boots? Not saying that I'm a fan of Boots, but shit, man, this is just like all the other shit fights, man. It's always about boxing, about what have you done for me lately. And Boots, I mean, if Clayton kind of letting fighters like that survive, shit, man, this is gonna be a one-sided fight, man. I'm definitely not gonna pay for the pay-per-view because Showtime gonna throw it on pay-per-view, so it's gonna be another $75 pay-per-view, and it's probably gonna have a shit card underneath it that none of us gonna want to see. But so this is really, I look at it like this is a title eliminator disguised as a tune-up, kind of like the Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios fight. But anyways, man, I got to give a shout out to Stonebone. That was a hell of a call he gave earlier, man. And that's it, man. I'm off.
All right. James Benitez, from one James to another.
James Payne is my name, partner, how about you? Standing on my property and I'm gonna see about you. If I come out on my porch, I see you chilling in your wheel. Boy, I hope you know somebody better be waiting on the bitch. James Payne, baby, see me pissing on the post. If we're playing basketball, you might see me in the post.
Yo, TBV, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yes, sir. Is me once again from the great state of Tennessee, James Payne, Mr. Lethal himself, and we got some boots talk. Well, I guess we finna figure out what kind of boots we working with. Are they Ugg boots? Are they Timberlands? Could they possibly be something a little bit more designer? Could they possibly be some Yeezy boots in the mist? I don't know, but we about to find out with some Custio Clayton action. Me personally, I don't give two shits about Custio Clayton, but I know that might find negative, bitter feelings with some of the community. But everybody's been waiting to see Boots and what he's made of. Being that he works himself into a title eliminator bout a little bit sooner than I initially predicted. I estimated 2 years before he would be in title contention. Maybe he could position himself in title contention by the end of the year, but I still don't see him getting the fights by the end of the year. But we'll have to see what the guys at PBC have up their sleeve, because I'm still on upset watch for the Ugas fight, me personally. I want to see big fish, big swimming, but I'm still on upset watch. Maybe this could be positioning of the young bull to take over the mantle and possibly carry the PBC flag into the near future. He's a young bull, looks good, has a lot of the intangible tools we like to see. So let's see what he got, man. I'm liking what some of the other callers are saying. I'm interested to see what the rest of the callers got to say. So that's my little 2 cents. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna take up too much time, man. Let's see what you got, Boots. You got a lot of supporters in the TBV community, man. So hopefully they can get their fight finalized and made, and then you go out there and show and prove what you all about, and we'll see what the future holds for you, man. So best of luck to you, sir. And best of luck to Big Fish as well. That's my call.
All right, Tennessee. Thanks for calling in. Looks like we going to Keem in Florida. Are you available?
Wait a minute. You say you know boxing?
Yeah.
What is it?
Maybe I don't know.
Tell me what a pull counter is.
Full counter. I've never heard that term before. That must be your term. You must have been.
No,
Fair
shake. HBO need to fire you. You don't know shit about boxing. You ain't shit.
What up, Ness?
What up?
Shit, man, chilling. You talking Boots and Boots fighting Custio Clayton, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, that's a good fight for him. It's a good fight. He finally getting them those fights, putting him in position for a title. You know, we've been, a lot of people talk about how many fights he got. He ain't fought nobody, blah blah blah. So, look, it's a good fight. It's an undefeated fighter. A good fighter. It's a meaningful fight. It's an eliminator, right? For what, the IBF or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a meaningful fight for him. It's putting him closer to a title. So it's a good fight for Boots. But honestly, I think he smashes Custio, bro. Custio I thought he beat Lipinets, but still he had a close fight with Lipinets, and we saw Boots just straight run through Lipinets like nothing. So I think I got Boots stopping Custio. But yeah, that's all I got, bro.
All right. Keem in Florida, thanks for calling in. We're going out to
Brooklyn Jew is coming through your
expression like that, then you know that I'm getting ready to bust your...
I love my TBV, comrades.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
Listen, man.
What?
Goddamn spider crab, goddamn Shao Shane. That's all I need. And I'm good.
SDS Promotions.
Yes, you hear me, right?
What
you
up?
hear me, right?
What up?
Listen, man. First of all, I love my TBV comrades. I love my TBV live chat comrades. Let's get to it. Let me give y'all a history lesson. I call Custio the custard man. You heard? Custard was made way back when. I think the Ethiopians, the Egyptians, the fucking King Arthurians, King Arthur time they was eating custard, right? But Boots been around for a long time. Let me tell y'all something. Too much custard will kill you. Can't eat all that sweet shit. You heard? Now the thing with Boots is he gonna, everybody on here wear Timbs. Everybody hear me, right? You know when Timbs is heavy on your feet, you get tired. So is the custard man gonna try to fake out, fix him up, switch him up with fucking Boots, try to take him to deep waters? They're talking this 12-round shit, right? Now, it's a 10-year advantage. Boots is fighting a motherfucker 45, 55, you heard? But I'm going to tell y'all something. Boots is the truth. Put your money on Boots. Nobody give a fuck about Canada. Sorry, Jeff, the duck man. Like I tell y'all, man, go fuck with Boots, because y'all know custard will kill you. You eat too much of it. Yo, next Vegas, man. I know you want your shit, but I got to big up my fighter. My number one fighter in Border War is Victor Vega. Big Fish Vega. Don't really like fish that much, but I like him as a Victor. Peace.
All right. King Born, we going out to...
Only time y'all see me in Rays is when I turn into the Bronze Mama.
I want a body, and he gonna be the body.
The ambulance better be ready. The medical better be ready. The referee better be ready. They better have that towel to be able to throw it in.
SDS Promotions.
Was he right?
LV Slugger.
TBV, what up?
What up?
Yeah. Boots, Custio. You know what I'm saying? I believe it's a nice little fight for him. A nice little welterweight fight. Undefeated welterweight. But I'm not gonna say this probably gonna be. It's definitely gonna be a nice little fight to get him to his destination. Get him to a belt. But I still rate that Sergio Lipinets fight pretty high. He's a former champion. He won that world title at 140, but he never had been stopped before. He came up to 147 and got a big win over Lamont Peterson. He beat him in dominant fashion. So, what I'm saying? I still rate that pretty high. But, this is a nice little fight. And, I remember Custio coming on your show and saying, leading up to that fight, that was he really didn't get that fight till late notice. So that's maybe the reason why, that fight made it end up being closer than what it was late. So, what I'm saying? I'm excited to see how it look, see what Boots can do. I do expect Boots to get the stoppage, though, man. I think Boots definitely is coming up. He's on a KO streak, but, we just got to see. He's definitely, Custio undefeated welterweight. So, let's see how it go down. What you said, whoever wins this going to get that IBF, you're going to be the mandatory?
Eliminator.
The IBF?
Yep.
Well, Spence definitely, whoever, I ain't going to just say Spence, whoever come on top of that Spence-Ugas, I feel like, man, they really going to be, because they got a lot of Mandos that's coming. This Danny Owens already took step aside. Then you got Boots doing this.
But they trying to bump Stanley Onus off. If he takes that Paul Craw fight, he gonna show he deserve a fight by winning against Paul Craw.
Right. Man. So I mean, we'll just have to see, man. Hopefully, I think Spence, Bud, man, both gonna be each other highest paydays, man. So I mean, I feel like we need to go and get to it. Like whoever come on top of this Ugas Spence, I'm expecting Spence to pull it out, but like a lot of people say, I think it's gonna be tougher than what people may think. But I do think Spence will pull it out. But we gotta go and get it, man, because he got a lot of Mandos coming up. So I mean, like I said, I think him and Bud will be they each other's highest payday, and I see it doing $500K easy on pay-per-view. So I mean, hopefully we can get the biggest fight in boxing done. But yeah, I'm excited to see
what does 500 Bud and Spence?
Period. Yeah, $500K. Period. That's $500K pay-per-view easy. I'm willing to bet. I'll put money on that. Like I really do see it doing $500K, biggest fight in boxing. But yeah, man, that's why I'm excited to see what Boots look like, though. I do expect him to get the stoppage, man, but that's my call.
All right. Well, 500, it would be interesting to see if that's enough because 500 is 40 million. You know, they want at least 20 of that to go to purses, 10 and 10, let's say, or 22, 12 and 10. So, you know, you got another 20, another 18 that you got to split with the provider. I don't know. You need a little bit more money than that. You got to sell a little bit more pay-per-views than that to make it make sense. But, you know, what do I know? Because you figure they did 800,000 times 80, and that was 64 million. And Canelo took 40 of that. Plant took 50 of that, so they had another 14 million. I mean, Plant took 10 of that, so they had another 14 million profit. I don't know. I guess that's a big number. You had to give Canelo some back-end number, you know what I'm saying? Because you paid him a guarantee, but I'm sure he got some pay-per-view upside, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know how to make it make sense. The only way that makes sense is not splitting with a cable provider, which is something of the past. Obviously, we had a promoter come on here and say that the split is no longer 50, that it could be worked out. So I guess that makes all the world of difference. But we got Ernest in Huntsville, Alabama. What up?
Hey, what's up, man? What's up, man?
What up?
Yeah. So, I mean, this is Boo's coming out party once again, and I think the fight might go a little longer than the Lipinets fight, but I think the destruction is just going to be the same. I think he was going to punish Clayton for about 9 or 10 rounds, and I just see a massacre. I just see a massacre, and I think I think Boo's going to have a belt before the year is out because the Earl Ugas fight is not really a slam dunk for Earl. Strange things happen in boxing, so I can see an upset, and then since Boo's got the mandatory now, I can see him destroying Ugas, and then Earl moves up to 154. No Crawford Earl fight. I mean, this is what you do when you try to marinate things and can't get the fight you know. But Booth is coming and he's here, and everybody's on. So that's my call.
All right, brother. Well, thanks for calling in. He most certainly is coming, and we'll see how he do when he's thrusted on that big stage. Castillo will be a PBC on Showtime fight. Whether or not it's going to be championship boxing, they haven't made an announcement as of yet. This is still breaking news on behalf of Michael Coppinger. So I'm going to sign out. Nez GTO, Instagram and Twitter. Catch me at 7 p.m. That's about another hour and 10 minutes. We're going to be talking Border Wars for all of our Border Wars fans. We're back at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central. Gotta go. Love you, though.